Hello, hello, hello. All you frag heads, all you fragrance lovers, where are you? I'm here. I want to talk to you today about fragrances. I have been kind of busy because of all the holidays that have passed. I've been doing things like that, and tomorrow I normally would do a live video. I'll probably end up doing my Bath and Body live on Sunday because I'm going out of town to pray at somebody's brand new house that the Lord has blessed them with. And we saints got to go out there and bless them because blessings of the Lord are like a dream, but they are real as I am. So without further ado, I am going to get into this discount fragrance haul and let you guys know what I got and where I got it from. I'm going to start with the stuff that is on sale at Sephora right now. Now, the first one I got, look at this beautiful bottle. This bottle is so gorgeous. Do you see that? That is gorgeous. This is glass, and the top is plastic, but it is just gorgeous. Maybe it's plastic. And look at the side there. It says Nirvana, Elizabeth and Jane. This is a celebrity fragrance that was carried in Sephora. And this is vanilla bourbon. That's what this fragrance is called, vanilla bourbon. I do have the box that I opened right here. It was originally $85 and they put it on clearance, I think online. No, this one was originally like $65 because this is a 1 ounce size. And they put it online for like 60 bucks. But in my local JCPenney's, Sears, in my local JCPenney's, they reduced it to half price. So this 1 ounce bottle was actually $30. And let's see, I believe they have some of the notes on the bottle here. Oak wood, vanilla bourbon, and tuberose. So I do like tuberose a lot. Vanilla bourbon is such a common scent. I mean, everybody is doing a vanilla bourbon in their scent. And if they don't do it right, you smell like pudding, like vanilla pudding, tapioca pudding, rice pudding, all those dishes that we put vanilla in. You smell like that. If they stepping up a little notch, you can smell like cookies. And if they tip it over a little bit, you can smell like a cake. So it goes very gourmand. But I don't really want to smell foodie. Tuberose, on the other hand, pulls this fragrance in. I love a tuberose bomb. I think tuberose is so sexy. But the note that I really, really love in the vanilla bourbon, in the bourbon Nirvana. This is Nirvana, but it is the bourbon one. So the vanilla bourbon is the note they're discussing. But the reason why they call it bourbon is because bourbon is aged in oak bottles. So this has a deep, deep woodsy note in it that is so sexy, and it makes the fragrance last. Oh, I have never sprayed this, but the fragrance is so decadent and rich. Hey, how you doing, Coco? I'm talking about Nirvana right now from Elizabeth and Jane. This is the vanilla bourbon. The fragrance is so decadent and rich. Bourbon really smells expensive. Straight up, bourbon smells expensive. But we don't want to smell like alcohol, but we do want to smell boozy. This fragrance lasts. Oh my goodness. If you spray this, which I am going to now, that's all you need. Oh my goodness, Coco. You would love this fragrance. Since they changed the formula on Dior Addict, they took out the wood, they took out the sandalwood, Dior Addict smells like rice pudding now. And so that's not really sexy. This right here is discontinued, so it's half off. Look for this bourbon one. Look for it in Marshalls. I've seen these in my TJ Maxx. Yeah, they just changed you can still find the old Dior Addict if you buy it from somebody like used. They changed the formula in 2018. They took the woody notes out of it and they left the rich vanilla, and it's still smoky, and they left the vanilla bourbon, but it smells like rice pudding. So if you want, you really need a wood. If you're going to wear a little black dress, you're going to a formal affair, and you're paying $100 for a dinner, and you're paying $5,000 for a dress or something, something really fancy that we sometimes do. You don't want to smell like rice pudding. Yeah, look at TJ Maxx and E&J. I've seen them for $20 there. I was able to get mine from Sephora, and I paid $30. It was $100 fragrance last year. So, but last year, 2018, Dior Addict was a smoky deep fragrance. Oh my goodness. You will notice the Dior Addict DNA in this vanilla bourbon if you find it. And go online, you'll see people raving about it. Now, I prefer sandalwood. No, I don't prefer sandalwood to oak, but I think sandalwood is a little bit sexier than oak, but sandalwood just must be so expensive that companies are cutting it out and just not saying anything. But if you've been buying a fragrance for like 4 or 5 years, you go to buy your bottle and all of a sudden it's smelling like rice pudding. I think they made some other changes in Dior Addict too. I think it used to have Neroli, and now they have Orange Absolute, which is a little bit lighter. But in any event, this has tuberose, it has vanilla, and then it is the oak wood in this, and the smokiness of the vanilla bourbon that makes it top notch. Now, I would say if you like Dior Addict, oh yeah, Black Opium. Oh, that's some good stuff. Oh, Black Opium is good. That coffee note in the Black Opium is amazing. Yes. So I had to get on here and share with you guys my discount fragrances. Now, I have older, drier skin. So in the springtime, I can still wear quite a heavy fragrance at nighttime. I won't wear this in the daytime right now. In the wintertime, I'll spray this an hour or two before I leave the house. Oh, I think we do, because you like Dior Addict too. And Dior Addict, I had decided Dior Addict was going to be my signature scent. I had just saved up my coins to buy a bottle for $130, but then they had to do me wrong and change the formula on me. So I had to scrounge for something else. Yeah, I love Black Opium. And I gave my favorite cousin, well, one of my favorite cousins, my bottle of Black Opium because she graduated and she's a single mom. So I had to, you have to help. You have to help sometimes. But, she got it. And she got her a new man, too, to help her with them kids. I wonder if that Black Opium had anything to do with this. Praise God. Okay, but this is a sexy scent in the springtime when you wear it at night. In the wintertime, if you have dry skin like me, then this is more of a niche fragrance, but it's $20 if you find it at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or any of those stores right now. Do understand that these bottles, they may be on sale right now, but they won't be there a year from now, because I think that oaks and stuff like that, there must be some new regulation, because all the fragrances that used to have oak and sandalwood and stuff like that, some companies that were known for their oaky fragrances, they actually went out of business. So if you want fragrances with woody notes, smoky notes, and that kind of stuff, you see them on, you might want to stock up like your girl, which is why I'm here doing this video. This is beautiful. I even smell leather in here, and it doesn't say that it has leather, but it must be the mix of the bourbon, the oak, and the vanilla that creates a leather-like feel to it. But if you see this, this bourbon by Nirvana. Yes, me too. Oh my goodness. Mm, it's beautiful. I mean, the bottle kind of tells you, and all of them look like that. So now we'll move on to another one that's being discontinued, but it is online. This is Commodities Fragrance. This is the whole company. This whole company went out of business overnight. They are known for their woodsy fragrances. Their most famous fragrance is called Book, which is almost 100% woods. I think they came out with a new one called Bois, which I haven't been able to get my hands on, and it is almost 100% sandalwood fragrance with some pink pepper. But these are now in store at 40% off. So that's why I'm able to get my hands on this. I think this was like $105 regular price, but when they said they were getting rid of them, you know, I had to get my fragrances. This one is $63 at Sephora right now. Okay, you can find Coco. You can find Commodity. This fragrance wool is still online. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to kind of, you know, that's why I'm doing it live so I can chat. But I have noticed that the Commodity fragrances are starting to come back online at Sephora, and then they'll kind of sell them out. But this wood one, they do have online right now. The one that I haven't been finding is their most famous one, which is called Book. And Book has a lot of cedar in it. I can't imagine they're not letting them use cedar anymore. Yeah, they have a lot of good fragrances. And look for these two in Marshall's. A lady said she found Commodity fragrance in Marshall's for $39. So whatever Sephora can't sell, this is an exclusive niche line. I'm going to tell you about the ones I got here. Let me tell you the notes because they don't sell it at Macy's. Yeah. The key notes are amber, vetiver, and bourbon vanilla. Now, that right there, amber, vetiver, and bourbon vanilla, kind of lets you know that this fragrance lends a little bit masculine. But I learned from a lady that I watch that in the summertime, sometimes if you go a little bit more masculine with a light fragrance, yeah, in the summertime when it gets hot and cloying, you know, we need to back off some of the things that we get in feminine fragrances. But let me go on and tell you the rest, because see, they give you this nice little book. I'm going to do a close-up of this, so if you guys want to screenshot it, I hope that that came up for you. Anyway, the top notes in this wool are lemon, bergamot, mandarin, grapefruit, and apple. The apple stays with this fragrance. It's called wool in case somebody else is coming. The apple stays with this fragrance and it keeps a sweet note to it. Oh, my nails are jacked up. Y'all know I'm not good. I am not a beauty influencer because, you know, y'all just keep me in your prayers. I'm just sharing with my friends on YouTube, okay? But the grapefruit note comes through, but I don't notice a lot of mandarin. Now the bergamot I do notice because the bergamot kind of catches on to the vetiver, and I don't get a lemon from this either. The middle notes are basil. I get a little basil. It says fresh ozone, lavender, cedarwood, and armose. I don't know what armose is, but there's a note that I found online for this fragrance and that I smelled in person, which is called wormwood or Artemis. When you hear the name Artemis or wormwood, it's like a fragrance that is very relaxing. Long time ago, they used to say about people drinking the green juice and they would go into trances and different things like that. And the base notes, which are all throughout the fragrance, are vetiver, musk, and bourbon vanilla. I don't get a strong vanilla from this. This is not a heavy fragrance or a sweet fragrance. I'm going to spray it here. Because, you know, sometimes with these niche companies, they'll come out with the fragrance one way and then they'll switch over and change it. Okay? This smells like Armani Code. So if you wanted this fragrance, yeah, the Artemis, the wormwood is in this. So my bottle still has the wormwood, and I got this online from Sephora. They still have bottles available for $63. So if you catch it, this is so fresh. If you've ever smelled Armani Code, this is a very watery fragrance. Think David Cool Water, Davidoff Cool Water, and these commodity fragrances are designed to be mixed with other fragrances. But you guys, the reason why I'm telling you about the warm, look at the oils in that, you guys. See these niche fragrances? Now this is the one from Elizabeth and James. They don't use nearly the same amount. Girl, velvet is coming. You ahead of me there. I got velvet. Yes. But the reason I want to tell you about the wormwood in this actually numbs your hand. When I spray this on my hand, it numbs my hand. Girl, I'm not lying to you. So if you spray, I don't spray it on my neck, but if you spray it on your neck and you feel like what's going on here, commodity I don't know why they didn't say. I know online it's called mugwort, but some of you guys may not know. I'm an herbalist, and Artemis is a plant that herbalists love to have because we're herbalists, you know. We like herbs. We know what it does. We know the dangers of it. I, at a certain point, started taking wormwood out of my remedies that I was giving people because some folks was getting a little thirsty, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, no, I'm an herbalist. I am not the one. You know, if you want to buy some booze, you go online and find, they have wines that have the Artemis in them. But this has a serious, do you see that? Do you see that, how much oil is in there? And I really think it's all mostly herbal notes, and the woodsy note in here, it's not real strong. I smell the basil, and I smell that Artemis or wormwood or mugwort, whichever name, those are all the same plant, the family plant. Oh Lord, I'm getting tongue tied. So I just wanted to let you know, it is light, it is fresh, it is Armani Code. If they water down Armani Code and you find wool, this is the serious stuff. A lot of the fragrances by commodity are light. This one is not one of them. There's a gentleman who's got a lot of subscribers in fragrance. I don't know if it's bow tie guy or something like that, but he wears this fragrance. He hits me to it. You guys, this brother is so sexy and he knows his fragrances. So even though he talks about men's fragrances, I have been able to find a lot of fragrances through him that I want. And you know, men's fragrances tend to cost a little bit less. Sometimes he go high on the hog. He be up there saying Creed and different words like that, and I have to rebuke it out of my budget because you know I went to Nordstrom's based upon listening to him. Got up in there and had to, you know, get back on the bus to go home, you know, but this one I got for $63, and I would highly recommend it if you like Armani Code. You know, if you're not a woman that will wear a watery, ozonic scent, and if you have a problem with a scent having so many herbs in it that it actually has, you know, it tingles on your skin and it's numbing. This wool is numbing. A man wouldn't notice that because, you know, they have all that hair and stuff on their face and they're shaving all the time. But if you have the delicate and dry skin of a woman, you're going to feel this wool here, okay? It does have a smell of wool, and it does have a smell of a man, but it blends very seamlessly with other fragrances. I love it. I really love this for the spring and summer. It's a perfect, okay, now the citrus notes are coming out, even though they said they were top notes. They're just now coming out. The first note in this is Artemis, wormwood, and basil. At least in my bottle. That's what came first. The ozone came out. The middle notes came out first. And now the citrus notes are having vie for responsibility. I have yet to smell vanilla in this, but if the vanilla in there, maybe it'll come later. Maybe I'm asleep by then. This fragrance lasts 8 hours on my skin. It is on sale for $63. Oh, and it's a 3 point something ounces. Let me check the ounces on this. Oh, Lord. Okay, 3.4 ounces. 3.4 ounces. So for $63, you're paying $20 an ounce for a top-notch fragrance. I think this is the best fragrance that I've found from them. It is the most unique. I do like Armani Code, but Armani Code is not on sale. Let's just break it down to where it is. Sometimes you have to do, to be with your budget. Now the next fragrance, Coco already tipped you guys off to this one. Coco, we have the same nose. You brought this fragrance up and I had not even mentioned it. I have been hoarding this fragrance ever since they said they were discontinuing it. I don't even want to tell you how many checks have been dedicated to spending $63 a bottle on this because I just can't. Yes, this fragrance is compared to By the Fireplace, but to those of us who have this fragrance, this is the feminine version. And I'm going to spray mine too. Yes. Hi, Amanda, girl, how you doing? Girl, Coco, send me a private message on Instagram if you can't find it. If you can't find it, I got a few backups. So, if you can't find it, let me know, because I got a few backups. And I paid $63 plus California tax, Coco. I'm not speaking to everybody, just Coco. If you need a big bottle, I got a few backups, and I paid $63 plus tax. So whatever that is plus shipping, you could have one of my backups, because I was trying to prepare for family members absconding, because I couldn't be without it if they're gonna take it off the market. Now let me just, for those who don't know what we're talking about, because we're over here having a private conversation, let me share the notes with you. Okay, here we go. I found the notes. I'm going to show you this up close so that you can see how it compares with other fragrances. And I'm going to read it to you because I don't know if that was in focus or not. The key notes are roasted almond, rose petals, and black amber. That is me in a bottle. So when you spray this, almonds, that gourmand, almonds are where I am versus vanilla right now. I feel like everybody's wearing a vanilla. Every perfume in their mama got a vanilla in it. And I used to love vanilla. I used to wear Lulu, but now I'm on to this almond thing. It's more subtle. It's more sophisticated. It's more creamy. You can't find it everywhere. Although I'm going to be honest with you, vanilla is a much more expensive and exclusive fragrance than almond. Almonds, that we got almond oil everywhere, but I just like the smell. It's also got rose petals in it. Let's see what kind of rose. Oh, this is so beautiful, you guys. I don't even know what to say. And that amber in this, I don't even know the difference between a black amber and a white amber, but oh my God, it's amazing. It smells fiery. It has a sinuous note in it. You can smell the fire in it, but the almonds are sweet. Like if you've ever smelled L'Occitane's almond scents, it has that sweet, rich, strong almond that can only come from extracting out the smell of the almond and the almond blossom and putting it in there. And then that rose. Oh my, yes, it is so rich. Oh my good. And it has this, the almond has, unlike the almond has a sweetness to it, and the rose in there is a red rose. It is a dark red rose. This is not a pink rose. I'm an herbalist, and we use the apothecary rose, which is kind of a pinky red rose, a very dark, smoky rose that that's what's in here. And it's very clean smelling. Now, the first notes on this are the almond, clove bud, and coconut water. Yes, coconut water. Okay, I'm Hal Connie on Instagram. No problem. Girl, I don't even know how many bottles I got. And I will go back and get some more. Okay. Because my store, they just don't, my store, I found this store where the blonde people live, and they can't handle all this. They just can't handle. The coconut comes through, the almond comes through, and then that clove comes through, and you can smell those as a top note. That is not usually those are your base notes, but here's the top note. That lasts for about an hour and a half alone. That coconut water gives it the cleanness, and then you get to the middle notes, and it goes girly and feminine. So you start out thinking, okay, it starts off alternative, and then in the middle notes, it is heliotrope, vanilla flower, and velvet rose petals. So they don't tell what kind of rose petals they are, but you smell them. You smell a very dark red velvety rose, like the apothecary's rose. Not a pink rose, not a white rose. This rose does not smell like an apple. It smells like a rose. You ever went in somebody's, and it's not a tea rose. The old lady rose, guys, is a tea rose. That tea rose is kind of cloying smell. That's not this rose. This rose is an ancient robe from the Catholic Church from the 17th century. You go in sometimes old temples and places like that. You smell that incensey smell. That's what this one is. Now the base notes, they do have blonde wood, birch wood, and the black amber. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. By the fireplace was the fragrance I wanted before I found this one. And, aside from the bottle that I'm going to, pass on, I did have 3 bottles. And every time I get a new check, I go back in the store. If they got more bottles, whatever resources I have, I try to save up and get one. And I do scour Marshall's just hoping that I run into one of those $39 bottles. But so far, all I've seen was nectar, and I'm not really a nectar girl. I'm a smoky, deep, dark woman. This fragrance is appropriate for spring, winter, and fall. This is not a summer fragrance, not even at night. I would say in the summertime, at night, if you were going someplace where it was really formal in the summer, like a summer nighttime wedding, the bourbon vanilla would do it. This is just way too much for the summer heat, I can't imagine anybody wearing this in the summer heat. But oh my goodness, it is amazing. It is an amazing fragrance. I like all these fragrances equally as well, but this fragrance is so unique because of the almond. Everybody uses vanilla. You see, I keep on naming bourbon vanilla, over and over and over again. And if you look at your Prada Candy, you look at your, even Chloe, you look at, the fragrance that's out by Lancome that everybody wears, they're vanilla and they are sweet. This is sweet, but this girl is the CEO of the company. She's not the mistress of the CEO. She's the boss. She's Madam President. Okay? And, if you're a man and you want to wear this, the man that wears this, he's in charge. He's about his business, sexy in a boss kind of way. I mean, I can't think of any other way to explain it to you. And this fragrance is on sale for $63. You can continually check Sephora to see if they put some more bottles online, but this actually sold out online the first day it went $63, and I haven't seen it online since then. But, there's certain stores where, because I live in the LA metropolitan area, I have 10 different Sephora stores. So some stores, whatever fragrance people don't like at that store, I can buy it. And this one, I found a little spot that I'm not gonna tell y'all because I'm still collecting my little cans and going in there and putting my $63 into the Sephora kitty for this box because I'm not gonna be out of it, and these notes will last. I have some fragrances that I inherited from other people, from that were put in the 1920s, and when they have this kind of concentration of oils, they will last for you. You don't have to worry about your incensey, woodsy fragrances changing. The floral notes, when they get 10 or 20 years old, they won't have the floral notes. They'll have rose, but those light white florals, they won't have those anymore. Now we're going to go into some summer fragrances, and I had to go to my store, Sears, and get this. These are Coty. Now this company is called Love to Love. I think these bottles sell full price for $20, but in these drugstore type fragrances, you can get this from Kmart too. This is a Joe Malone dupe. So if you don't have $130 and you get upset because like Joe Malone fragrances, I love Joe Malone fragrances, but if you have to be very picky. There are some Joe Malone fragrances that you put them on and they don't last that long. And you paid $130 or sometimes $100 an ounce. And you're like, what's going on, JoJo? You know, I need you to work with me here. She's got a new company now called Joe Loves, and the fragrances in the Joe Loves company actually last longer than the fragrances in the Joe Malone company. So I don't know if maybe they need to pull her back into Joe Malone and see if she can, you know, keep them straight or something. This is called Bluebell and White Tea, and I am not ashamed to own the dupe. Yes. I bought this fragrance without a cap at Sears. I bought it like this, and I think I paid like $1. So it was on sale for $10, and I had a $10 coupon, and I paid like the tax. I paid $1. But anyway, this smells just like Joe Malone's Bluebell, and it lasts 3 or 4 times as long. This fragrance will last on you. It's by Coty. Coty is a very exclusive house. We think of Coty as a cheap company, but Coty makes most everybody's fragrances. Even when you're buying niche fragrances, oftentimes, in order to get them made and made right, if they are made in the USA, a lot of times it is Coty that is making all of our fragrances. And you can find that out by looking at the codes, going to the company and stuff like that, and finding out where it's made. And you'll be like, oh, that's Coty's factory. So don't think that Coty is cheap. And also in the summertime, I will often wear I just sprayed myself in the face. But luckily, this is a light fragrance. Bluebell and White Tea. It smells like a soap. You know, Bluebell is a flower that is used in soaps. This smells like a French milled soap, just like Joe Malone's Bluebell fragrance. It's not floral, it is soapy. And in the summertime, that's what I want. This smells like good soap, like soap that you would pay $20 or $30 at L'Occitane, get a little container and give it as a gift because it's too expensive for you to buy it for yourself, and you will stay smelling clean all summer. So if you're in a hot, sticky place, where smells get loud and it's so hard to smell clean, Bluebell and White Tea. You can buy this online. You can buy it anywhere you want to. Comes with a cute little lid, which I do have on another bottle. This is my favorite scent. But to a lot of people, it's not their favorite. The whole Love to Love line from Coty smells like Joe Malone. So if you like Joe Malone, but they have a fragrance that's too light, and you find that it's not lasting on you more than 20 or 30 minutes, you might want to try to find a dupe at Love to Love. The names are almost the same. So you'll know the dupes. So if you want orange, get orange. If you want Bluebell, get Bluebell. Nobody else has a dupe for Bluebell but Love to Love. And this is a probably 3.4 ounce bottle, and it is normally, I think, $20, and you can get it on sale half off sometimes at Kmart. You can use your coupons for it. And I will go through this bottle in the summertime. This is a summer fragrance for me. Summer's coming up. I had to go and do what I had to do up in that place. Now, this is another one that is a dupe. This is Love to Love, and this is the Jasmine and Sparkling Mimosa. So this fragrance is a light white floral, and this one came with the top. You guys, I'm so budget friendly. I waited to buy this until it went on sale. So this is how they look. The bottle is cute. It's classy. This could just as well be Dolce and Gabbana. It could just as well be Dolce and Gabbana. I've worn it a few times. But, when you're buying things drugstore in a container like this, somebody sprayed it before me. And the little top comes off. This is the same top that would have been on the other one. And the Bluebell is my favorite because in the summertime, I just like to smell clean. Or sometimes during the day, I want to smell fresh. And I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want the fragrance to be able to get too loud. And, people just have to not say anything. So that's my favorite. This Jasmine and Mimosa, the strongest note in here is mimosa. So if you look at fragrances, I'm trying to make sure I see the lid here. And given that it's a fragrance that reminds me, let me see, what does this remind me of? It smells like the summer fragrance Mimosa from the Jo Malone house. They have a fragrance that is mostly mimosa, and this smells like it. This smells like a wedding scent to me. It smells like it could be a scent that a company like Jo Malone, Oscar de la Renta, all the lines, even like a Chloe, not the rosy Chloes, because there's no rose in here, but some of the older Chloe fragrances that had just all white flowers, very, very springy scent. Now this fragrance in the summertime is enough to be an evening fragrance in the summertime, but it is most suited for picnics, for daytime brunches and lunches, for sitting outside in outdoor cafes and on vacations and all that kind of girl about town, it girls, breakfast at Tiffany's, brunches, lunches. This is ladies who lunch or ladies who do brunch kind of thing. That's what this mimosa scent is. It doesn't smell cheap. It doesn't have an alcohol smell. It has a very unique, strong amount of mimosa in it. And I think I paid $8 for this one. Got it on sale. So that's my haul. The name of this company is Love to Love. It is owned by Cody. This is Jasmine and Sparkling Mimosa. If you like mimosa, I do not smell jasmine in this. They say it's in there, but I don't smell it. I smell watery, light, white floral mimosa. I think mimosa might be a yellow flower, but it smells very light and watery, very romantic. And I would definitely think that if you were going on a honeymoon, when you're going out to breakfast and different things like that, this would be a good one. And, if you're going to someplace tropical, this becomes an evening fragrance in a tropical place. So that is my haul. They did give me a gift of this one, Secret Genius. And you guys, how funny I was saying how everything has vanilla in it. This one is vanilla, caramel, and sandalwood. I think this Secret Genius is the most popular fragrance by this house, and I'm certain this has been discontinued. Okay, Renali, yeah, I know you. Yeah, I don't know what you told me you were Renali before, but girl, just hit me up on Instagram. Now this is a roller ball. Even though they say vanilla and sandalwood in this is no Dior Addict. This right here is no Dior Addict. This is much lighter. The vanilla in here is not as concentrated. It's like they put it in here, but it's just a light amount of vanilla. So if you find Secret Genius, you'll probably find it. It's by the Penrose Company. I've seen bottles from this company. It's going to be like that on the bottle. They went from $100. They're in Marshalls for $10. Nobody's buying them. So if you like it, these are in Marshalls. This is a sample that I got. It's not my favorite, but I think maybe if somebody's younger than me, it has a little sandalwood in it. It's just a light fragrance that is appropriate for evenings in the summertime. It's appropriate in the fall time for lunches, brunches, happy hours, even in the evening. But I like those deeper, darker, smokier, sexier fragrances more because this is in that same vein. And for daytime, I like light, soapy, or herbally fragrances. I'm very, if I'm going to be out in the daytime, I want to smell like a good bar of soap, a good shampoo, or white, some kind of aquatic white flowers, or like something that's just so different that it's like a signature for me, like the wool. This right here is something that I can see why it's $10. It's a good fragrance. I don't think there's anything real. I don't think any of it just went Avon on me, you guys. I don't recommend this Penrose. Sorry to say that. It went Avon on me. I've been smelling all these expensive fragrances. Even though Coty is a reasonable fragrance, it's because that house is so old they can sell things at a much cheaper price. If they were a niche house that came out today, Coty fragrances would be selling for $300 and $400 just like Creed because they are that good. But this one right here, you guys know that smell that some old Avon fragrances used to go to real fast a long time ago, but that's the best we could do, so we would do it. That's what this Penrose, it had a nice, quick, I've only had it on a brief period of time, and it has a soapy smell to it, but it's not a nice soapy. It's that there's no more fragrance in it, and I can just smell the chemicals of the fragrance. Might not be that way on you, but that's how it is on me. I got it as a gift. I will probably wear it, because my nose might just be more tinned into these. Okay, so you tried the Penrose too, Renali. Okay, I haven't tried it, and I was pretty excited about this from the notes, but it's not on the line with a Coty fragrance that you get from the drugstore. Revlon fragrances are better. Gloria Vanderbilt fragrances are better. Bath and Body Works fragrances are better. Everything else I mentioned here is better. I can see why this left Sephora and went to Marshall's, and at Marshall's it is on clearance for $10. But guys, if you need something, you can get 3 ounces of this for $10 on the clearance section. Just go in there, like I used to do with Avon a long time ago. I used to get fragrances that didn't last, but I had something. So if you got to do that, just go in there and get you a $10 bottle, and if it's close to you. My local Compton Marshalls, they got so many bottles of this Penrose, and they're all about $10. So that's my video for today. That is my haul. Thank you all who came over here and talk fragrances with me. In any event, Jesus loves you, and I love you with all the Jesus in me. Be blessed, everybody, and I'll see you. I'm going to try to come on